The spotlight is once again on Punjab's anti-sacrilege law after the Akal Takht summoned Sikh ministers and legislators from across party lines to explain why the legislation was passed without consulting the Sikh religious leadership. All Sikh MLAs and cabinet ministers appeared before the Akal Takht in Amritsar after being summoned over the Jagat Jot Shri Guru Granth Sahib Satkar Amendment Act 2026. Non-Sikh ministers were asked to submit their views in writing, while Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann did not appear personally and instead conveyed the government's position through a written response. The Akal Takht had objected to several provisions of the law, saying that although it supports strict punishment for acts of sacrilege, the legislation was enacted without consulting the Sikh Panth, the Shiromani Gurdwara Parbandhak Committee, or the Akal Takht itself. The controversy centers not on the punishment for sacrilege, but on provisions that the Akal Takht says interferes in Sikh religious affairs. The religious body argues that the act allows the government to define Sikh religious terminology, regulate custodianship of the Guru Granth Sahib, create a central registry of sacred copies, and prescribe rules that traditionally fall within the authority of Sikh institutions. During the hearing, Akal Takht Jathedar Gyani Kuldeep Singh questioned legislators clause by clause, made it clear that religious matters cannot be decided by the legislature. He said the Akal Takht has no objection to severe punishment for deliberate sacrilege, but maintained that Sikh vocabulary, religious practices and custodial responsibilities must remain under the authority of the Panth. The meeting also revealed that several legislators admitted they had not fully read the bill before it was passed in the Punjab Assembly. Congress MLA Tripat Rajinder Singh Bajwa said the bill was circulated shortly before it was tabled, leaving little time for detailed scrutiny. Other legislators across party lines also acknowledged that they had limited opportunity to examine the legislation before voting. After nearly 90 minutes of discussions, the Akal Takht gave the Punjab government 1 month to amend the law. It said detailed written objections and technical suggestions would be sent to the government through Punjab Assembly Speaker Kultar Singh Sandwan. Among the key changes sought by the Akal Takht are the removal of provisions replacing traditional Sikh terminology, deletion of clauses defining custodianship, revision of the proposed central registry of sacred copies of the Guru Granth Sahib, and safeguards to ensure that religious matters remain outside the scope of government control. Following the meeting, Assembly Speaker Kultar Singh Sandwan described the discussions as long and meaningful, saying the government would reconsider the law. Finance Minister Harpal Singh Cheema also said the government would deliberate on the Akal Takht's written recommendation and take a decision within 1 month deadline. The Akal Takht's influence extends far beyond religion because Sikh faith and Punjab's politics have historically been closely intertwined. While it has no constitutional or legal authority to overturn laws or remove governments, its moral and religious authority carries enormous weight among Sikhs. Political leaders across parties, including chief ministers, ministers and MLAs, often comply with its summons. Its decision can significantly influence public opinion in Punjab, shape political narratives and place governments under pressure to revise policies, particularly on issues linked to Sikh identity, religious institutions and the Guru Granth Sahib. This combination of religious legitimacy, historical authority and political influence continues to make Akal Takht one of the most powerful institutions in Punjab. Now, what does this really mean as it unfolds? 1, for Punjab, 2, for its politics, 3, for the government, and of course, for those who are Sikhs. Well, Mr. Vipin Pabbi, let's just start with you. If somebody has a outsider's prism to what's happening in Punjab and looks at what's happening today, let's just start with the basic question. While the Akal Takht went on to give an entire summon asking all the Sikh leaders to come in from across political lines, including the ministers, Bhagwant Mann was not there. Why?
Sneha, I would like to clarify first that
Sure.
Bhagwant Mann was not invited. He was, because he is being boycotted, so he Akal Takht had summoned only the ministers and Sikh legislators. So he wasn't there. But as far as your other part of the question is that, how it will going to be impacted, in Punjab, there is a game of one-upmanship. Each, let's say the Shiromani Akali Dal and Aam Aadmi Party and other parties also, wanting to take more initiative or to try to please the Sikhs, as a vote bank also. But here in Punjab, the situation is a little different in this way that, SGPC and the Akal Takht are, there is a very strong influence of Shiromani Akali Dal. Uh, Shiromani Akali Dal holds the majority in SGPC, and then they further elect Akal Takht leaders. So this game of one-upmanship has been going on in Punjab, but this is a very, very touchy issue like this, talking about Guru Granth Sahib and other things is a very sensitive, very touchy issue. And government, Bhagwant Mann government try to, be more pally, or you can say, or, and wanting to take more steps to, please the Sikhs. But in the process, they have actually annoyed the Jathedars or the Akal Takht, mainly because of the usage of certain words and terms, and also certain provisions of the Act, which the Akal Takht feels that it should be in the purview of the Akal Takht itself.
A question to both Vipin Pabbi as well as Professor Rajiv Lochan. Both of you, Vipin Pabbi, very quickly, I'll come to you for the same question second for another round here. At the heart of it, what is this? Is this about Akal Takht not being consulted, about Sikh groups not being consulted? Is this about a government that has been running on a high, looking at the next elections, and setting its foot in the wrong direction? What is this about?
I think it's a mix of all, because after all, government brought in this bill to kind of try to please the Sikh community, that that they will take strict action against sacrilege and all that. But at the same time, they did not. They did it in a bit of hurry. They should have consulted the clergy and to see that there are no objections to them on this, particularly in the case of Punjab, because here Sikhism and Guru Granth Sahib is considered a living guru. So things are a little different from other religions, and therefore they should have consulted the clergy before bringing in this law.